I'm very happy to introduce Danish director and please welcome Niels Arden Oplev.
Hi, I am the director of The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. My name is Niels Arden Oplev and I'm from Denmark.
This is my 5th film, and when you have been a filmmaker for 20 years, as I have been, it's always heartwarming. It's very heartwarming and very emotional to stand in such a large theatre and seeing all you guys want to spend the evening here to go in the heart of darkness of Stockholm and Sweden. That's very courageous. I understand that a lot of you have read the book. Can I see how many of you read the book? And I just want to know why did the rest of you not read it? And we have sold 8 million tickets in Europe, and this is the biggest crossing Scandinavian film in history, and the best-selling film in Europe last year.
I think my biggest challenge was time. The total length of making the film was about 1.5 years, and there are 1,000 pictures. We put up the camera 1,000 times for this film. So the biggest challenge was really to carve out that time and to stretch the budget and to, you know, fight that through, that we had time enough to do everything the quality that I wanted to do it.
With this film, the most asked question is how I found the actress Noomi Rapace, who plays Lisbeth Salander. I went to Stockholm and I thought this was going to be the most difficult casting of my entire life. I had seen a picture of Noomi before and a clip from a film she's done, an art house film. She was not known in Sweden. And I thought she was a very strong actress, but she was very beautiful to play Lisbeth. But I did a 2-hour rehearsal with her. She was the second one coming in.
Noomi Rapace has a gift that is very rare. It's a very seductive quality on screen. You want to follow her all the time. You want to see. You're curious for what she does next. And when I saw her on my video and saw how strong she was, I knew that strength would convince you guys, if you are convinced that she is Lisbeth. And you are. And she's amazing. I would say that the most difficult scenes of this film is the rape scene. The scene where Lisbeth gets raped and the scenes where she rapes Mr. Bjurman back.
Thank you.
And I don't know, I mean, that was the moment when she rapes Mr. Bjurman back was the moment when the moment when the Scandinavian women all applauded. So I don't like rape scenes in film. I think they're a cheap vehicle for drama for young directors, and I just didn't feel like doing it. Then I thought for 3 weeks about how to do that scene, and then I said to myself, the devil is in the detail. Some wise man said that. I'm going to shoot the preparation of the rape instead of the actual rape. And of course the scenes where he gets raped is controversial for an actor to do. He also told me when he was handcuffed naked on the floor that he only had said yes to do the part because he had bought too expensive a car.
There was a lot of people that told us, how are you going to make a film out of this book? I mean, he just sits in a hut and reads police reports, and she sits at home in her apartment on the computer, and that's boring. And I just said, okay, that's an interesting point. I never thought about that because I thought the book was really inspirational. Once I read the novel, I decided that I wanted to take the film towards high credibility, high realism, and real characters. Like characters that would be of, what do you say, flesh and blood, that you would forget 5 minutes into the film, you would forget you were watching a film, you just want to watch them. When Blomqvist looks at a picture of Harriet, and he stares at that picture, and suddenly dawns on him that she doesn't look the same way as the other girls in the picture. He gets the thought, there's something about this picture that happened 2 hours before she disappeared. There's something about this picture that's not right. So it's a hunch. And then he follows that. It's such a little clue. It's so tiny little clue. But if you can make the audience feel the same excitement as Blomqvist when he starts to follow that lead, then something that's seemingly small, action, becomes incredibly exciting. And I think that's what the film does.
When I went to film school in Denmark, John Cassavetes was God. He's definitely one of a really big influence for me. And interesting, John Cassavetes was influenced heavily by a Scandinavian filmmaker called Carl T.H. Dreyer. He made Joan of Arc in 1928, which has consistently been voted one of the 10 best films in history of film, which was in a silent movie period that influenced Ingmar Bergman and Andrei Tarkovsky, but also John Cassavetes.